10 of the most absurd actions done by couples in the 90-Day Fiancé show. Hello and welcome back to our channel. Today we are going to look at 10 absurd actions done by couples from the show 90-Day Fiancé that scream the word crazy. Yes, you heard it, crazy. Before we begin, be sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on the bell notifications for more videos like this. 10. Mother and son pack for South Africa to meet criminal fiancé. When you find out your fiancé is a criminal, you'll probably be cautious at everything that you do if a child is involved. Well, this doesn't stand out as a red flag for everybody, especially if you are delusional about a Bonnie and Clyde fantasy. Tiffany proves to be love-struck, ready to cross oceans to be with her criminal fiancé, Ronald. That's not even the juice of her madness. She intends to carry her son Daniel too. Did I hear you think what? Yes, that's absolute madness. Ronald, who lives in South Africa, has a criminal record that restricts his freedom. This makes him not eligible for a visa to travel to the US where Tiffany lives. It's understandable that she loves the guy and is willing to cross the sea for him, but dragging her son along to a criminal man is pushing things too far, taking him away from everything and everyone he knows, which could be good if she was moving for herself and not a criminal. Tiffany isn't as financially stable since she still lives with her mother and could potentially be homeless once she lands in South Africa. Even her mother, Maggie, isn't pleased with the decision since she prefers her children not living more than 20 minutes away, but is forced to agree due to Tiffany's persistence. You may be wondering what kind of a mother Tiffany is for dragging her son into this mess, but the things we do in the name of love. Is there anything crazy you've done in the name of love? Share in the comments. If you think Tiffany is crazy, wait until you see the physical fight that breaks out during the family dinner at Chantel's. Food was wasted, stuff was damaged, and hearts were broken. 9. Family dinner drama at Chantel's. Chantel's family was concerned about the relationship between their daughter, Chantel, and her husband's sister, Nicole. This made them intervene by inviting her husband, Pedro, and the sister got to a clear picture of the situation. Both Nicole and Pedro's mother had initially said some repulsive things about Chantel's family, and even disrespected her in the presence of Pedro. On their arrival for the dinner, Pedro mentioned that he was nervous considering the strange relationship he had with Chantel's family. The dinner started off well until Karen, Chantel's mom, confronted Nicole about what Chantel had told them. Not trying to take sides, but I think Nicole was trying to be polite by not admitting anything during dinner. But it got so uncomfortable when the whole family came on to her. As Pedro explained, those questions really added more fire to the situation. Yes, we clearly see there's some tension and that Nicole is lying, but Pedro only defended her because they wanted to keep things low. He even suggested that they swap seats, but things got out of hand with Karen. Pedro then tries to escalate the argument with Karen, which triggers Chantel's brother, River, to stand up for their mom because he could not stand Pedro pointing and disrespecting her. This causes Pedro to fire up, which later leads to a light almost hitting his face and some close blows. Everybody got up to separate the two, including the camera team. Chantel's father was calm about everything until Pedro decided to kick the food, breaking everything on the table. I mean, who wouldn't flip over food? Poor Chantel was left heartbroken and crying. Whew, talk about some crazy family drama. If you think that's the only drama in Chantel's life, then you definitely wouldn't want to miss this next one. When it comes to Chantel and Nicole, things are usually crazy. 8. Chantel and Nicole hate each other like co-wives. Chantel decides to confront Pedro's family about how she feels when Pedro spends a lot of time, more so than her, and starts buying many gifts for them. Pedro's mom tells her that it's in their culture and he has to do it, but wait a minute, is it? I don't know if she's being serious about it or simply delusional. Please, could someone from the Dominican Republic confirm if it's true? We'd really like to know. According to Chantel, she doesn't mind Pedro spending money on them, but things are going overboard because he's paying them to live in luxury while they are staying in a tiny apartment. I mean, it isn't bad to look out for your family every now and then, but oh boy, not every time. You got a life too. Nicole and Pedro's mom don't seem like reasonable people, but rather opportunists trying to leech off Chantel and her family. I think we've had enough Chantel's drama for today. Do you have a Nicole in your life? Share with us in the comments. More complicated relationships unfold as Ashley abandons her best friend Natalie, whom she's known for most of her life, for a guy 10 years younger than her. 7. Ashley chooses Jay over Natalie. Would you choose a guy over your best friend at any given time? Well, some people would. Ashley decided to take her fiancé Jay's side over their best friend Natalie, who's always had her back. Natalie has had doubts about Jay's real intentions and feels that he's just using her friend to live the American dream. She also feels that Jay is too young to take anything seriously and has cheating tendencies. She even calls him a man-child. Yes, a man-child. Natalie has a point about Jay cheating and stuff, but if Ashley wants Jay after everything she's heard, then Natalie has to step back, grab some popcorn, and watch as the drama unfolds. I guess friends are always trying to look out for us, but the crazy seems to overtake logic. Coming up next is Jenny, who got entangled in a love dilemma after being catfished. Get this, she is ready to go miles to meet her catfish. 6. Jenny reveals to her daughter that she was catfished. For Jenny, a 60-year-old mom, a fantasy love story started when Michael Jones sent her a friend request on Facebook and immediately initiated a conversation. At the start, she was puzzled as to why a man half her age would even be interested in her, but she went along with it. Jenny admits that they would spend so much time talking to each other and was beginning to fall for him. Michael, however, had a secret to share with Jenny because he was growing fond of her. He finally confessed that he wasn't an Englishman, Michael Jones, from the Facebook photos, but indeed Sumit, a 30-year-old Indian man. At this point, that would be a red flag enough to block him out of her life completely, but Jenny had other plans. She planned on traveling to India to meet her Prince Charming despite being catfished, and her daughter wasn't very pleased at all. Could you imagine that cringe when you hear about your mother traveling miles to meet a catfish? Anyway, Jenny continues being delusional, proclaiming her love for Sumit and assures that she forgave him, leaving everything behind since she loved him. Would you forgive anyone for catfishing you? What if you were her daughter? Would you let your mom go to someone who catfished her? Personally, I would not. No hard feelings though. Anyway, away from catfishing, we step into a couple that needs more PDA than it's getting. Nicole demands public affection. 5. Nicole demands a hug in public. I believe there are different cultures and beliefs in different places. It may be a culture shock for Nicole, who's an American, to learn that public affection isn't very popular in Morocco. Azan decided to plan a trip around the market to show Nicole different cultural aspects of his country, but things took a sour turn. They went around shopping for items and finally got the chance to pick something Nicole liked, only for her to demand a hug from Azan. He then tries to stop her politely, but Nicole exaggerates that he pushed her away. She continues to question Azan as to why he pushed her away, and he brushed it off and tells her that he can hug her, just not in public. Nicole reveals that she loves being hugged and shown affection in public because it shows that he really cares about her. Nicole is lucky that Azan's problem is only not showing her public affection. We deal with more crazy couples as we get closer to the end. Ever been so mad that you flush your engagement ring down the toilet? Before we get to that, let's get to this crazy moment when Danielle confronts Mohammed about their annulment. If you like this video so far, please give it a thumbs up. 4. Danielle confronts Mohammed. Danielle travels to Miami to confront Mohammed about his infidelities and even has a sheaf of all the evidence. Mohammed doesn't welcome her in and even walks out when Danielle starts to show the papers with proof. Mohammed continues to push her off and even tells her that he doesn't want to see her ever again. As Danielle starts reading out what is written, he rudely walks out on her. She throws him the documents and tells him how he used her and she's going to have him deported. She keeps yelling on how he told her all the things she wanted to hear and then backstabbed her. Mohammed is so rude that he calls the police on her. The two later meet up and talk more, and Mohammed decides to play the victim. Danielle assures that Mohammed won't be retaining a green card and will do everything to see him deported. Well, Mohammed, say goodbye to America because Danielle doesn't look like she's joking this time around. Away from police drama, Jorge has one of his own. Dealing with a controlling fiancé isn't enough, but the secret on his shoulders is weighing him down. This leaves her shocked. 3. Jorge reveals his secret to Anfisa. Before getting married to Anfisa, Jorge had some sort of debts. He confessed to Anfisa, and she's very pissed that he didn't tell her before moving to a new country. We all know that if he'd told her everything before, she wouldn't have agreed to marrying him in the first place. Jorge was wrong because he promised her a life he couldn't fulfill, and Anfisa called him out for being irresponsible and a liar. The two get into a heated argument, and Anfisa decides to walk out on Jorge, and he's scared that she's going to leave him, yet he loves her so much. He's not ready to lose her, but Anfisa isn't settling for anything less than what she was promised. As Jorge is debating if Anfisa is going to leave him, Molly has decided that she has had enough of Luis and all his hypocrisy. She calls him a hypocrite and demands him to pack his things and leave her house. 2. Molly gives Luis back the engagement ring. When Luis came to the United States, he was aware that Molly had a family with kids and he was to step in as stepdad. When he got there, things took a turn when he rejected them and even threatened to move back to his single lifestyle. When Molly tried to confront him about it, he changed the subject, making it all about the house having demons around. It sounded dumb because he based it on the fact that she didn't have any spiritual objects around the house, and things escalated quickly. She called him out for being a hypocrite due to his rather contradicting behaviors and had no right to judge her. Molly is honestly tired of being used and manipulated by Luis and seems to have made up her mind because she returns the engagement ring. The look on his face when Molly tells him to pack his things and get out of her house was so disgusting. 1. Larissa flushes her ring down the toilet. Since everyone is returning engagement rings, this one got really out of hand. During a meal, it took Debbie's attention, Cole's mother, that the two engaged lovebirds weren't wearing their engagement rings. On asking about it, Cole pressured Larissa to come clean about the arguments they had and how she flushed her ring down the toilet. Larissa was clear that she wasn't happy about things and it went too far, but she couldn't do anything about it. Cole says it broke his heart and his mom wasn't pleased either, since she says their relationship generally sucks. Debbie feels Larissa is toxic for her son and they need to end things. Larissa feels Debbie is getting in the way of their relationship because she meddles with everything and never accepts the effort Larissa puts on the household as Debbie watches cartoons all day. Not sure who's to blame here, but this family is super dysfunctional and needs an added intervention. That marks the end of this video. Give us a thumbs up and enable the bell icon to get notified every time we post something new. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more of your favorite shows. Bye for now, see you next time, thanks for watching, and have an excellent day.